Conservative New Media viewers and JLin fans around the world, what is up? It's me, PFE, Paul F. Villarreal, the NBA expert. We're here to talk about Houston's 122-111 victory tonight over the Denver Nuggets in Houston, Texas. With the victory, Houston improves to 7-4 on the season. Woo! Another excellent game for Jeremy tonight. We'll talk about that in just a second. Quick stats. Patrick Beverley, who started the game. Patrick had a nice bounce-back game. He's had a couple of struggling games, especially shooting, but he played well tonight and shot well tonight, and that's good to see. Patrick, 11 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists. Shot 4 of 7 from the field, including 3 of 4 from three-point range. It's good to see Patrick finding his three-point shot again. Patrick played 27 minutes, and his plus-minus was a plus 13. He had 0 turnovers, and his efficiency was 16, which is very good for just playing 27 minutes. Jeremy ended the night with 16 points, 4 rebounds, and 7 assists. He played 32 minutes, shot 6 of 11 from the field, including 0 of 2 from three-point range, 4 of 6 free throws, 1 steal, 1 block, 1 turnover, 3 personal fouls. His plus-minus was plus 0. His efficiency number was 21. I thought Jeremy, I believe, was particularly good in the second and fourth quarters. Ty Lawson, starting point guard for the Denver Nuggets, had a big night, and a lot of it came late in the game. 28 points, 2 rebounds, 17 assists, played 39 minutes. I believe he had a game-high efficiency of 35. The backup point guards, Andre Miller and Nate Robinson for Denver, didn't do very much in this game, although they didn't play a lot either. Jeremy had the second best efficiency on the Rockets team behind Bieber Parsons, who had a 22. So Jeremy was almost tied for the most efficient Rocket tonight. Okay, what you need to know about the game quickly. Let me say quickly also, I will make a long video about this game. I'm sorry I did not get to make a long video about the Knicks game. I couldn't do it. Other things came up. It might take me a while to make the long video for this game. I want to watch a little bit of the UFC, and there's another basketball game on right now I want to look at as well, the Clippers and Brooklyn game. And so I got a couple other things to do, but I will work to make a long video. Jeremy, in his last 4 games, including this Denver game, has scored 102 points. That is basically 25 points a game. So he wasn't perfect tonight, but he was very good. Again, this is the 10th time in 11 games that Jeremy's played well, and my own observation. So the consistency is really on the rise here. He's just finding his groove more and more, and it's great to see. Jeremy has not shot the three-pointer well in the last 2 games, but even with that, he's still shooting 44% from three-point range this year. 20 of 45. So there will be ups and downs with the three-point shot, particularly as Jeremy has just kind of revamped his shooting form. So there's going to be times where he's got to tweak his form, just kind of get back on track a little bit, but the improvement is definitely evident. As I mentioned, Patrick is back on track with his three-point shooting. Was 3 of 4 tonight, as I mentioned, and that raises his season average to 30%. Patrick last year, I believe, shot around 37%. So you would expect that his three-point shooting percentage will increase, and it's good that he was able to shoot and play well tonight. Kevin McHale went with Jeremy late in this game. He had Jeremy in the game and not Patrick, so did not do small ball lineup to finish out this game. They went with a more traditional lineup. Jeremy playing point guard, James Harden playing shooting guard, Bieber, and I believe Terrence Jones and Dwight Howard, and it worked well. And look, this is more fairness from McHale. Jeremy's been playing incredibly well, and I looked at this as a reward. I also looked at this game, and it had a feel to it based some of what the announcer said and just based on my own perception of what I was seeing, had a feel like a tryout game. In other words, and it had a feeling like Houston might be thinking about putting Jeremy back in the starting lineup, or certainly closing out games with him as opposed to closing out games with Patrick. Now, if that's the case, if it was kind of like that, Patrick did well tonight. Particularly, he shot the ball well. So if Houston was thinking about maybe going back to Jeremy, well, Patrick might have made that a little tougher tonight because of particularly how he shot the ball. So again, this is more of the competition between Jeremy and Patrick, and it's good. It's like I said, this is good. Even if Jeremy doesn't go back in the starting lineup or doesn't do so right away. If Patrick does well, Jeremy's going to be pushed to do well too. So I'm totally okay with that. Jeremy is playing great right now. And so everything's working well right now. And the coaching staff knows it, which is why the last 4 games, including tonight, Jeremy's played more minutes than Patrick. And again, this is nothing against Patrick. I like Patrick. If you're a JLin fan, you got to be happy with the way things are going right now. Jeremy is doing his job. He's doing what he needs to do. And that's really good. The team chemistry is improving. And I think things are clearly better without the Twin Towers look. That definitely seems to be the case, and it's good. Now, we compared on Twitter the Philly game against the New York Knicks game. And I said that in the Philly game, 34 assists. Knicks game, 14 assists. And the difference was, among other things, James Harden wasn't playing. Well, tonight the team had 27 assists. That, I think, is the second highest of the season. So you can move the ball with James Harden in there. The coaching staff just needs to encourage him to do that. James had 9 assists tonight, which is fantastic. He can play like that. He just needs to be encouraged to play like that, in my opinion. James and Jeremy really led the team tonight with assists, and that could be another reason why the coaching staff wants Jeremy in, because he can make plays. He had a 7-to-1 assist-to-turnover ratio tonight, which was the best of anybody in the game. Ty Lawson had 17 assists, but he also had 5 turnovers. This is great. This is what Jeremy is capable of doing. This is true insanity, scoring and assist, but without turnovers. So it's just getting better and better. Jeremy needs to keep working because teams are trying to target him late in games on defense. Ty Lawson went crazy late in this game, and a lot of it was meaningless. But teams are looking at Jeremy as the weak link on defense, even if that's not fair. Now, James Anderson did well against Jeremy. Kyle Lowry tried to do well against Jeremy. Ty Lawson. So Jeremy needs to continue to work on that. Now, I will say this. Ty Lawson is playing incredibly well this year. Like top of the charts well. And he's a small, quick point guard. Nobody's going to stop Ty Lawson. Nobody. Not Patrick, not anybody. So I don't want to just blame Jeremy here. But teams are looking to attack Jeremy on defense late in the game. Which is why in the Toronto game you saw McHale switch out Jeremy for Patrick for a period of time to work on Kyle Lowry. So Jeremy needs to keep looking at that. He'll get beyond this. This isn't something that's going to be permanent and he can't do anything about it. No. What was good tonight with McHale was he kept Jeremy in despite that. Now, the lead was pretty good, so it's easier to do that when you have a big lead. But in other words, let's work through this instead of, okay, we got to switch offense for defense constantly. No. So as Jeremy continues to work through the year and can keep improving, keep looking at that. Just keep working on your defense. Understand teams are looking to attack you, even if they shouldn't. Just keep working on that. What Houston did late was they switched on defense a lot. Denver was setting pick and rolls, and so rather than Jeremy chasing Ty Lawson after a pick and roll, they just switch it up, that's fine. Like I said, Ty Lawson's good. He did well late, but most of that came when the game was relatively out of control. finally, it was great to see Donatas Motiejunas, Demo, and Terrence Jones both play well in this game, and they did both play well. You're starting to see some of the real ability of these two players. And I do think that there's a good chance Omer Asik's going to get dealt for a power forward. But it's really nice to see Terrence Jones playing well. And Demo. We need those guys, particularly if Asik's gone. Demo needs to be able to back up Dwight Howard. Tonight, you saw both of those players do well. Let me just look at their stats quickly. Demo had 12 points, 3 boards. Terrence Jones, who started, 14 points, 12 rebounds. So that's the kind of production that the team needs, particularly with Omer Asik kind of on the sidelines right now, and no trade is imminent. I have heard various rumors about Omer Asik being dealt. One of the ones that's gotten a lot of run, or there's actually two of them. One, Omer Asik for Ryan Anderson, who's a power forward playing for the Pelicans of New Orleans. The other one is Omer Asik for Ersan Ilyasova from Milwaukee, another power forward. Both of Anderson and Ilyasova are excellent shooters from three-point range, so I would be happy with either one of those guys. There's also been the name Paul Millsap thrown around. My understanding is Paul Millsap cannot be traded from the Atlanta Hawks until mid-December because I think he just was traded. So there's a period of time that you can't make another deal. I would be, excuse me, I'm going to sneeze. Maybe not. Or maybe so. I'd be happy with any three of those guys. Any of those three guys. They're all good players. It doesn't look like Omer Asik's going to be around a lot longer. So those three players can all help out. If I had to pick one of those three, I would probably pick Millsap, although he's not necessarily a great outside shooter. I like Ilyasova a lot. He's a good defender, he's a good rebounder, and he's a good shooter. But I'd also be very happy with Paul Millsap or Ryan Anderson. So we're just going to have to see what happens on that and see what Daryl Morey is able to work out. Okay, next game, Tuesday, November 19th in the United States against the Boston Celtics. That game will take place in Houston, Texas at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, which means the game will take place on Wednesday, November 20th at 9 a.m. in Taipei, Taiwan. I will be working on a long video, as I said, I certainly will try to. I apologize for not getting the other one done. I just couldn't. But it's going to be a while before that video gets done. It is 11:12 p.m. here on the East Coast of the United States on Saturday, November 16, 2013, which means it is Sunday, November 17, 2013 at 12:12 p.m. in Taipei, Taiwan. Thumbs up, thumbs down, your comments below. Come and join us on the CNM JLin Vids Twitter account. Follow us there, and also come and join the CNM Conservative New Media Facebook group, which has over 2,500 members and counting. You'll find information about both of those things in the video description below the video player. You will also find information about tonight's game, highlights, box score, etc. in the video description as well. Again, I am Paula Villarreal, PFV, the NBA expert. Thanks a lot for watching Conservative Media. We strive to be the #1 Jeremy Lin YouTube fan channel. Another great night. Jeremy just keeps showing he's legit. He's for real. His improvement is clear. And he's just getting more and more consistent. It's just great to see this. It's just over and over again. And onwards we move to the Boston game, and hopefully he'll be able to put up another good performance. So I love it. I love where things are going right now. So I hope everybody's having a great night, a great day, wherever you are around the world when you watch this. Take care of yourself. We'll talk to you soon.